which is continuing with chapter 3. Now we will just see the last exercise, which is exercise 3.3. First question is, in which quadrant on which axis do the following points, and some points are there, where they lie? Verify your answer by locating them on the Cartesian plane. So basically you have to plot these points. For example, first is -2 and 4. So -2 and 4, so it is here. So and now you have to see which quadrant it is, first, second, third or fourth. And of course, as I told you, suppose a point is there on the line, okay, like this is the y-axis, so this is not in any quadrant as such. This you just have to say that like this is the x-axis, so it is on the negative side of the x-axis, okay. This point is not any of the quadrant. If the points are in this or this, then you have to say in which quadrant it is, 1, 2, 3 or 4. Otherwise you will just say, suppose if they ask for this point, you will say it is on the negative side of the x-axis, okay. Suppose the point is here, then you will say it is on the positive side of the y-axis, okay. Second question, plot the points. Again, you just have to plot the points. First point, x -2 and y 8, and so on and so forth. In this, I just want to see the third point, which is x is 0 and y is -1.25. Now, as you know, between 1 and 2, the exact middle will be, suppose this is -1.25. So between -1 and -2, the exact middle will be -1.5. And -1.25 will be in the exact middle of this, okay? Exact the middle of -1 and -1.5. So accordingly you have to plot it, okay? So right now we have just discussed all the sums from the textbook. Now a few extra sums we are discussing. The other type of sum which comes in this chapter is, they will say, for example, plot these points and tell us about the figure. Which type of figure? For example, plot 2, 1, -2, -2, and 3, -2. They will say plot the point, join the lines and tell which type of figure. So when you join the line, in this question you get a triangle. Sometimes you may get 4 points, and in that sometimes you get a square, sometimes you get a rectangle. So this type of question will come, plot the points and tell which type of figure it is, okay. The second type of question which comes is, for example, check if these points are collinear. The word collinear means, are they in a straight line? That's all you have to check. For example, point, if you plot this, 1, 1 will come here, 2, 2 will come here, and 3, 3 will come here. And if we draw a line, we can draw a straight line through them, okay. If we cannot draw a straight line through them, then you will say they are not collinear. But if you can draw a straight line through them, then you will say they are collinear, okay. So apart from exercise 3.2, I will also send a couple of these type of sums also for you to do with your homework. Now moving on to the next chapter, which is chapter 4. The name of the chapter is linear equation in 2 variables, okay. Standard form of a linear equation is this, basically ax plus by plus c equal to this is the standard form. For example, if an equation is written like this, 2x plus 7y plus 1 equal to 0. Here if I ask what is the value of a, so the value of a will be 2, value of b will be 7, and value of c will be 1. Okay, so that's how one type of sum comes. Sometimes it is written like 2x minus 7y plus 1 equal to 0. So in this case, a is equal to 2, b is equal to -7, and again c is equal to 1. And suppose the sum is asked, say 3x plus 4y equal to 12. So obviously value of a is 3, value of b is 4, but before adding the value of c, you have to bring it on this side. And now if you see, c is equal to -12, okay. So this is basically we are discussing question number 2 of exercise 4.1. Question number 2 is basically, express the following linear equation in the form of ax plus by plus c equal to 0 and indicate the values of A, B and C in each case. So suppose if an equation is given like this, firstly you will bring 12 over here and write it like this, and then write the value of A, B and C. Of course, many times suppose if the equation is like this, okay, 7y is equal to 12. Suppose first you will bring 12 here. Okay. Now if you write, now if you see, you cannot see any x value obviously, so that value is 0. B value will be 7 and C value will be minus 12. Remember children, this question can have two answers. Some children, instead of bringing 12 here, they may bring 7 over there. So therefore the equation becomes minus 7y plus 12. Now in this case, if we write, of course, A will again be 0 because A value is with x. But now B value will be minus 7 and C value will be 12. So here this answer is also correct. This answer is also correct. You can bring either on this side or this side. Both the answers are correct. Okay. Now basically this linear equation in two variables is useful in day-to-day sums also. For example, if I say Mohan and Ram together have 10 rupees. So if I say Mohan has x rupees, Ram has y rupees, so I can write x plus y is equal to 10. That way we can make a equation. So for example, now the question is exercise 4.1, first question. The cost of a notebook is twice the pen. Write a linear equation in two variables to represent this statement. And he has given a hint for you also. Let the cost of notebook be rupees x and let the cost of pen be rupees y. And now he says the cost of notebook is twice the cost of pen. So we can write it like notebook. Suppose notebook is 40, then the cost of pen is 20. So now if you want to write them across equal to, we have to multiply the smaller number with the value by which it is less. So we will write x is equal to 2y. So this will be our equation, and which we can of course write it in this form, x minus 2y equal to 0, which will be in the form of linear equation of two variables. So this is exercise 4.1, question number first we have discussed, as well as question number 2 also we have discussed. Now we will just see one thing. Suppose an equation is there. Okay, and I tell you to write two solutions for it. Make this kind of table, and now first of course I will say put x is equal to 1. In this equation I will put x equal to 1. So and then I will solve it. 2 into 1 plus y equal to 3. 2 plus y equal to 3. Y is equal to 3 minus 2 equal to y value is 1. So this is one solution, and then I just write it x1 and y1. In fact, whatever solution I get, if I want to check whether I have done it correctly, if I put the value here, instead of x I put 1 and y 1, so 2 into 1 is 1, and suppose if I check also, 2 into 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, LHS equal to RHS. Suppose one more value I want to check, take out, so I will say put x equal to 0. If I put x equal to 0, 2 into 0 is 0, and 0 plus y will be y only, so I get y equal to 3. So for x is equal to 0, y equal to 3. So children, we can find many solutions, infinite number of solutions by putting the values. And in this, if you want, you can put x also, or you can put y also, whatever is easier for you. For example, if in this equation I put y equal to 3, y equal to 3, if I put 2x plus 3 equal to 3, 2x is equal to 3 minus 3 is obviously 0, so x will be 0. Okay, so we can get many solutions. Whatever is easier for us, we put that value and get the solution. So I will be giving you a few more. We'll do a couple of more sums like this. Now, whenever we are finding solutions, we try to get the values which can later, if they ask us to make a graph also, then they can be plotted easily. Now, other type of sum comes in this. For example, okay, they will ask you to find say 2 solutions or 3 solutions for this. So when this type of sum comes in which only one variable is there, first step you have to do, you just have to solve it normally. Okay, 2x is equal to minus 4, 2 will go below, so minus 4 upon 2 and you will get x is equal to minus 2. After this, what you have to do? Just, this is basically now your equation, x plus 2 equal to 0. Now, and for which the value of x is of course minus 2. Now, x you choose for x minus 2 and y any value you can write. Suppose I write 1 and 2, I can write 1 and 2. Anything you want you can write. Because there is no variable of y, so for any value of y it will be true. So when this type of sum comes in which only one variable is there, sum is very easy. For example, if the question is like this, 3y minus 2 equal to 0, find 3 solutions. First step, I just calculate the value of y. It is 2 upon 3, and then when I have to write 3 solutions or 4 solutions, y will remain 2 by 3. Y will remain 2 by 3 and x whatever you want you can write. Okay. So whenever an equation comes in which only one variable is involved, then the sum is easier. Okay. Now we are discussing exercise 4.2. Only the first 2 questions we are discussing right now. First question is, which one of the following option is true and why? Y is equal to 3x plus 5 has a unique solution, only 2 or infinite solutions. So we just discussed this. As you know, we can find many solutions. So you yourselves think and what to write in this. 1 solution, 2 solution or infinite solution. Question number 2, write 4 solutions for each of the following equations. You have to write 4 solutions. Okay. Whenever you are writing solution, I want you to make this block in the end, because by making the block you can check also your answers very easily. For example, the first one is 2x plus y equal to 7. Okay, so I find 0 to be the very easy because some finishes very fast. So if x is equal to 0, then what do you get? 2 into 0 plus y equal to 7. 0 plus y equal to 7, the y you get equal to 7. So x 0, y 7. Similarly, get 3 more solutions. Okay, and the next sum which is written, pi x plus, I am doing this sum just for one reason. Many children, when you are finding this, they put the value of pi. Don't put the value of pi, let pi be pi only, no need to put. Suppose I put x is equal to 1. Suppose I put x equal to 1 in this, so I get pi into 1 is 1. Plus y equal to 9, so y will be equal to 9 minus pi. Okay, so that's how now you just get 2 more solutions. Achha, one more thing, many children make this mistake that after this step they will write y is equal to 9 upon pi. No, this will be go in subtraction. If it was multiplication, pi into y is equal to 9, then it would go below. Otherwise, it will go in subtraction. Okay. Okay. So I'll just write down the homework for you, whatever it is, and cheers.